Good morning, everybody, on the 18th of August, 2022, Anno Domini, Thursday. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you treat others? Did you make a lot of people laugh yesterday with all those funny jokes? Yes, we did. It's good to hear them laugh. When a person laughs, you know the person is feeling good. We sent out our first Christian Science with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. We sent it to Suzanne. I would like to heal Suzanne. I wanted to heal Suzanne for 20 years now, I guess. And my hope is that she will read the last 100 pages of people who were injured, people who suffered terribly for years. And then they read the healings, and they read Christian Science by Mary Baker Eddy with Key to the Scriptures. They read that, and they found solace in it, and they found God in it, and they were healed permanently. So I'm hoping this will help Sue heal. I'm hoping it will heal her. In the meantime, folks, keep up your pure thoughts. 1, think purely. 2, think about doing good. 3, do not think about anything bad. 4, think about helping others. 5, think about caring and sharing. Think about 6, what can I do for you? 7, do you pray to God and ask God for a whole lot of things? That's a pretty dumb thing to do. Or do you go to God and say, what can I do for you today, God? 7, I'm showing you examples how you count pure thoughts. There is no need to think about anything bad. Just change your thinking. Focus on what is good. 8, good, that is August. 9, 9, that warm, caressing sunshine. 10, we're all set to go down and see the veterans. We got the death certificate for Franklin. And then while we're down there, we're going to go to Burger King and get a Vegan Whopper. In fact, we want 6 of them. Can you distribute 6 of them? Amy, April, Caleb, I don't, even though Phil, Eddie is a vegan for 19 years, I don't think he'll eat a Vegan Whopper. I don't think he thinks that's vegan enough. Sandy, Patricia, Nichols, Sar. I don't think, yes, I think that Madeline would like one. Phil Eddy drove 7 miles out to Madeline's house to get a flash drive, and that flash drive is supposed to have on it everything that's on Glennie's computer that she has loaned Madeline for 2 or 3 years now. And then Phil brought it back, and he said there's a great deal of material on this flash drive, and he's put it overnight, I hope, onto the Toshiba flash drive. Well, actually, it's not a flash drive, the Toshiba hard drive. And by then, we hope that if anything happens to the Vicky computer or to the Glennie computer, that all information will be stored on the Toshiba hard drive. We hope that project is over. Over onto the bed. We want to put the acrylic blankets on top of the bed, on top of the mattress covers, the Gina mattress covers, which are so good. Protect that beautiful mattress. And the acrylic blankets have 3 kitty cats on them. And then the other one is a great big full-size cheetah. I know, you're making jokes about that. And then on top of that, we'll put the Leo LaBelle blanket, which is a picture, whole bed-sized picture of the SS Glendora in Manchester, New Hampshire in the year 1954 when Leo was 12 years old. And he still has a place in his heart for the SS Glendora of 1954, as do hundreds and hundreds of others, although I haven't heard of any recently. And I mean in the past month or two, I think maybe one. What are you talking about, Glendora? People who recall the SS Glendora and all of its love and all of the good habits, the good moral habits it tried to instill in children. So they'd grow up to be very good politicians. Never lie, steal, or cheat. And go vegan. Go vegan. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how do you treat others, well, animals or others. Tell people that you may be doing it. Tell it to other people. Remember your pure thoughts, I say again. Count pure thoughts. I do 40 an hour. We haven't given up anything. We have kept the standard. We have flown the flags on this so-called ship. We make believe it's a ship. It's an enterprise. And what is the enterprise? To get out the message. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you help others. Try to help Robert Jackson today on the secretarial work of sending out. Robert, can you teach it to April? April, can you do it for Robert? He is so loaded. His company is constantly short-handed. They never can solve the problem of having enough employees. And so he is repeatedly filling in for somebody. And they even let somebody go because of the contract, the new contract they had with Arts and Entertainment. And so yesterday, Robert Jackson worked 16 hours straight. 16 hours straight in master control, which is extremely exacting work. You have to make sure that that signal is going out correctly and that nothing breaks down. And think of the thousands of variables in that equipment, the electrons. Extremely attentive workmanship for 16 hours. And the new system isn't going along the way it should, and that's backing things up. So, dear April, will you try to do that secretarial work of sending out a paper copy to Nyack and Norwalk? No, not Norwalk. West Nyack and Torrington. Well, Doug, I'm glad you wrote an email to Robert Jackson. Thank you for apologizing to me through Robert Jackson. I don't see why you can't send an email to me. And I still don't understand your problem of not returning over 16 calls. It's Doug up in Litchfield, Connecticut. Grady Hearn is back to his being overloaded all of the time and never getting things organized and up to date. I haven't heard from Vicki. Vicki, did you get your $400 through Glendora, through the trust? Franklin, are we using your money for the right goals, for the right accomplishments? And Vicki, did you get another $300? They were both sent out to you on August the 11th. And then I asked you to send me an invoice for another $400. Yesterday, Eddie walked out of here with a $90 check, a $60 check, a $47, $50 check, and I said, he still wasn't satisfied. I said, Phil, what do you want? He says, I want another check for $70. Amy, write him out another check for $75. And then he went out of here happy, and he saw the owner of this building in the driveway. And the owner of this building said to him, is there something I can help you with? And he says, I'm going into Glendora's to take this SD of this flash drive in. And she said, wonderful. As I keep telling you, the garage is all spiffy and clean. A place for everything, and everything in its place. The windows washed, the sink in the garage washed, and the floors swept in the garage. And the Lincoln's covered with, what do they call them? Those beautiful car covers, you know the ones I mean. Begins with B. We didn't get a quote on what junk cars are going for this week. We enjoy the taste of ravioli stuffed with a green vegetable and deep fried. Glendora had 6 of them, and April had 6 of them. Wayne went to church last night, Christian Science Church, Wednesday, for testimonials. There is stirring up of the homeless at the library in Pittsfield. They're sleeping on the library grounds and behind the library. I don't know if they're sleeping behind the Christian Science Church yet. And they're urinating at the side of the building. Poor darling people. Healings. We want healings. Come, folks, what can we do to give healings? We've counted up over 20 healings in the past month or so. Hello, Alexa. Hey, Alexa. What is the temperature this morning, please?
This morning, you can look for clear skies and sun, with temperatures around 74 degrees Fahrenheit.
Perfect. You know, the Happy House 3 here stays at a constant temperature. The people don't leave the doors open, they don't open the windows, and it stays at a fresh 78 degrees year round. Warnick. Is it Bill Warnick? Bill Warwick? David Brown, when you introduce your guests, you know, don't get smarty pants and talk so fast. Enunciate the name of your guest slowly and distinctly. I still don't know what his last name is. You did correct that for a while, but now you're back to talking too fast. It's smart and it's cute to talk fast, but I think comprehension and diction come first. We sent out an email to 4 Christian Science practitioners. Mark Sweeney, Deborah Hesch, David Brown, and Ethel Baker, telling them that, the topic this week on the podcast on, Sentinel Watch on the telephone is independence. Independence means not relying on anything outside of you. You rely on God and God only. You don't rely on all the bad things that you're thinking. You don't rely on all the bad things you're saying. You don't rely on bad news. You stay away from it. You rely on your relationship with God, and that is oneness, allness, wholeness, onlyness, goodness. So what did you send them out, Glendora? I said, are you dependent upon God? Are we people dependent upon God? They can have fun with that. Then I said, is God dependent upon you? Yes. All of us are some of God. All of us. The whole world together, the whole universe, we're all some of God. Oneness, allness, wholeness, onlyness, creativity. We are here for one reason, and that is to create. We are each given a special set of talents, unlike anybody else's. We're an area of God with a special syndrome of talents to do a very special job. This is a complicated universe that our dear God is running. And it takes very complicated tasks to keep it running and running perfectly. And that's where you come in with your special talents. And you'd better use them. And you'd better do your work, which is creativity. You better do it. And not spend any time on yourself or on anything bad. No negative thoughts, trivial thoughts, ugly thoughts. You just better be good all the time and do your creativity all your life. And our job, each of us, even though I see God as continuous, I don't see God as broken up into little pieces. I see God as continuous and one and whole and only. And our job is to keep the universe what? What? Say it again. Going, growing, and glowing. That's what we're here for today. Going, growing, and glowing. We're not here to whine about health. We're not here to whine about this didn't happen and that didn't happen. We're here to go forward and move the universe forward as it has been moving for 4 billion years. Or more, or what. Anyway. And what a grand job all of our ancestors have done, all of our brothers and sisters who are ancestors, and what a grand job we're doing. And what do you think the next big breakthrough is going to be? The current one is computers, electronics. The current one is electronics. What do you think the next one's going to be? We hope it's going to be no more cruelty to animals. And are you on the cutting edge of that? Are you moving that forward? Do you still put your money down at the supermarket to pay somebody to go out and torture an animal all of its life and have it live in urine and feces? Is that what you're doing with your money? Are you still chewing blood and muscle? Okay. Oh, don't you have a joke? Come on, Glendora, this is too heavy. This is too ponderous. Let's come up with some jokes. I can think of a lot of jokes, but the art is trying to think of ones you haven't heard lately. How many jokes you think we have? Oh, I think we have 800 or so, maybe 1,000. And you can't think of one? How about the camping party that was hopelessly lost in the northern woods of Maine? And they wandered around for hours, and finally one of them got up enough courage to say, "You told us you were the best guide in the state of Maine." And yeah, I am. But right now I think we're in Canada. Okay. A man stopped by a state trooper because he didn't have a taillight. And the man looked back and he began to shiver and shake and cry. And the state trooper,
"The time is 8:00 a.m.
said, "It's not that bad, you just don't have a taillight." And the man says, "But where is my wife and trailer?" The very good looking young policeman stopped the very good looking young lady. And he said, "Your license says you should be wearing glasses." And she says, "Well, I have contacts." And he says, "I don't care who you know." A resident was arrested for not paying his bill in a donut shop. What was he charged with? Impersonating a police officer. Policeman, what does your speedometer say? It's broken. It doesn't work. Well, then how fast do you know you're going? Well, at 30 miles an hour, it shakes. At 40 miles an hour, it rattles. And at 50 miles an hour, it stops. Master of ceremony at the lodge meeting. The grand invincible potentate will not be at the meeting tonight. His wife will not let him out of the house. The ideal speaker at a banquet is somebody who has to catch a plane in 20 minutes. When you make his speech, remember that the mind cannot absorb more than the seat can endure. Minister, what is the difference between like and love? Little boy, well, I like my mom and dad, but I love my bubble gum. Do you believe all those stories about the devil? One little boy walking home from Sunday school with his friend. Do you believe all those stories about the devil? And the other little boy said, well, you know, we had the situation with believing in Santa Claus. They aren't going to grow bananas any longer. Why not? They're long enough now. We'll try to ask April today to dig you out some more junk, more jokes from the barrel this afternoon in a new prayer. We do have some beautiful prayers. Hey Google, say a prayer that's very common.
I hope you're all right.
Well, I am all right, and I know that you were all right, Google. No, I'm saying, would you say a passage from the New Testament Bible, please? That's very well loved. Hey, Google. A Bible passage from the New Testament, please.
According to Woman's Day, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't rely on your own intelligence. I will ask the Father, and he will send another companion, who will be with you forever. The wages that sin pays are death, but God's gift is eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, Google, thank you. What an asset you are to this world. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not trust on your own intelligence. That's good. She didn't tell us what part of the Bible they were from. She said they were from Woman's Day. Excuse me. Helping others, you'll enjoy it. Satisfaction guaranteed. We got rid of the ego. Selfishness is not allowed. We want you to have it, the peace that passes understanding. Helping others, you'll enjoy it. Satisfaction guaranteed. Word. Abundance, overflowing fullness. Did you ever stop to think of the abundance that we have? The abundance of air, the abundance of water, the abundance of rock that this earth is, the abundance of soil, the abundance of flowers. What did you see for flowers yesterday? Please tell me. Are the magnolias blooming again in August? You know they do bloom twice a summer. The lilies are gone, aren't they? Okay. That's it. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you treat others. Remember that particularly for animals. How did you treat animals?